Golf's premier event, the U.S. Open, will be held in June when it visits Merion Golf Club outside of Philadelphia. It's helping to celebrate America's most prestigious golf championship. The United States Golf Association has now offered a new book. It's called Great Moments of the U.S. Open. And joining us this morning is Mike Trossel, one of the historians and authors of the book. Thank you for joining us this morning.
Thanks for having me, Kristen. Appreciate it.
Tell me a little bit about this book. Tell me how the idea for the book came about in the first place.
Sure. Well, the idea for the book came about, it's a big year for the U.S. Open. It's the 100th anniversary of Francis Ouimet. He won the U.S. Open back in 1913, beat Harry Vardon and Ted Ray, two of the best golfers at the time from Britain. And what Ouimet did as a 20-year-old amateur from the United States, his win really put golf on the front pages of American newspapers for the first time. It helped erode the perception that golf was a sport only for the elite classes. And in the decade that followed Ouimet's win, more than 2 million Americans picked up the game. So this year, going back to Merion for the U.S. Open, lots of history there, too. Bob Jones finished the Grand Slam there in 1930. And then Ben Hogan won in 1950, coming back 16 months after a near-fatal car crash.
You know, there are certainly a lot of unique U.S. Open stories. Can you tell us about some of the more historic ones that you're going to be writing about in the book?
Sure. Well, there's a couple just right in your backyard in San Diego. Tiger Woods in 2008 at Torrey Pines played on a broken leg, torn ACL, as we found out later. I mean, really exciting stuff. Shoots a 30 on Friday's back nine. On Saturday, he chips in on 17, eagles the 18th hole, and on Sunday, of course, hits that great 12-foot putt, capped off by a big fist pump and a scream, and ends up winning the following day over Rocco Mediate in the playoff. And also, San Diego native Billy Casper won in 1966. He was 7 strokes down with 9 holes to play against Arnold Palmer, arguably the most popular player of the era. Casper comes back to win in a playoff the following day. So there's some great stories, those ones that people know about, Tiger Woods and Rory McIlroy, and then some other hidden gems that we have in there as well.
Looks like some great pictures, too, that we're taking a look at. Very cool. This year's U.S. Open returns to Merion Golf Club, which, of course, was the site of Ben Hogan's 1950 comeback from a near-fatal car accident. One of the chapters is talking about that story. Can you tell us a little bit about that, a little bit of background?
Well, Hogan was in a near-fatal car accident in February 1949, driving with his wife on a fog-shrouded road in Texas. Crash nearly killed him. He sustained severe injuries. Doctors told him he may not walk again, never mind play golf. But really, through sheer force of will, was able to come back. Set his sights in the 1950 U.S. Open as his big comeback championship. Then he was able to do so. Played great golf on the 18th hole, needed a par to win, par to force a playoff. He was able to do that and then win the playoff the following day. So really a great story of courage and heroism. Really one of the most inspirational wins in golf history.
Okay, so what makes the U.S. Open so special and unique, in your opinion?
Well, I think one of the things, it's golf's most democratic test. There's no age limit to get in. This year we had a record 9,800 entries. It challenges people from tee to green on the putting surface. It doesn't matter what your background is, anyone can get in to win. The championship ends on Father's Day. A lot of us picked up the game from our fathers, so I think that makes it a little extra special. Yeah,
definitely. I know Jack Nicklaus wrote the foreword for the book. Why did you choose him in particular?
Well, Jack Nicklaus is arguably the greatest USGA champion of all time. A 4-time U.S. Open champion. He also had 4 runner-up finishes. Played in his first U.S. Open as a 17-year-old in 1957. Played in his last U.S. Open as a 60-year-old in 2000. And that was 44 consecutive U.S. Opens in between there. So Jack was a great champion, and we're honored that he wrote the foreword for us.
Very cool. Well, I had a chance to look through the book. I know you sent our station a copy, and it's got some great information, great pictures. It would make a great gift for any golf lover. So where can we go for more information and to get the book?
Absolutely. Great gift for Father's Day. Great gift for Mother's Day coming up this weekend. So you can get this book at usga.org. We have signed copies available. It's also available on Amazon and Barnes & Noble online.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. We certainly appreciate it.
Thank you, Kristen.